Good morning. Good morning. Happy Friday Groove Day. And I'm back. How is everyone? I hope you're doing good and that you've had a good week. Um, I'm hot. It's been really hot here. Good morning, Dolly. Good morning, Katie. Hope you are all doing well. Katie, I know it's hot where you are. So I think you take the crown in how hot it is. But anyhow, if you see my hair blowing around and stuff, it's because I have the fan on. I have one coming this way and one coming from the back here. Yeah, I know it gets hot. So, anywho, I'm so glad to see you guys. Thank you for being here this morning. And we'll wait. I'm sure a few others will pop on. And in the meantime, make sure you grab your coffee or favorite beverage. Got my coffee. I know it's going to make me hotter than what I already feel, but I got to have my coffee. So I had a very, very nice time. I was back east visiting my family. And the weather was very unpredictable there. It was like sometimes rain, which we got a lot of the humidity. And then we had some really hot days. And it was just all over the place, but it's all good. Katie says, I have every fan going on in my house in every room. Get that air movement. Yeah. Yeah. So I have like a small air conditioner, but it doesn't really circulate the room that well. So I try to really reserve it for days that I just can't take it. So same thing here. I've just been running my fans and that seems to help for now. So, all right. Well, I obviously cannot dive into the coffee because it is piping hot. So let's get started with the messages. The favorite thing that I did while I was gone, there was a international jazz festival that was going on. So I went like 3 times and really enjoyed the music. It felt good to, like Rochester's a city, but it's not like Los Angeles. Los Angeles is a city. So it felt nice to take it a few notches down. And I realize I'm tired of city living. The older you get, the more you're like, I just want to bring it down. Have it. I look rested. Thank you. I feel rested. I do. Let's see. Dolly says we had quite the hot spell in Milwaukee and also a lot of rain. So it's been humid. It's raining now. Wow. Yeah, we could definitely use some rain here, but who knows when or if that will help happen here. So, all right. Let's see what messages come up for today. I think I'm gonna set the tone. I'll pick 3 cards and then we'll just do readings based on those 3 cards. And then maybe halfway I'll pull 3 more, 3 different cards to see what kind of messages we get. Oh no, your garden cooked. No. Ugh. Miserable heat. Not good. Sorry about that, Katie. Okay, first word we have here is communication. With a winter garden. Yeah, you can actually pull off a winter garden. Probably be the right temps for you. And we have knowledge. And grace. I'm going to type those words in and pen them so we know what we are talking about here. Communication, knowledge, and grace. I can't see my... Good morning, Amy. Happy Friday to you. Hope you had a good week. All right, let me put that in there. And then Oh, you know what? I think I will do this for now. There we go. Hope everyone had a good full moon that we just had. I was actually a little disappointed. I was out last night and I was excited to be out because I was like, oh, now I can get a clear shot of the moon. Nah, it was super like gray and cloudy and couldn't see anything, but it's all right. It's all right. Okay, so these are our words: communication, knowledge, and grace. And let's see what messages come forth. We have enthusiasm. Ooh, and dreams. And calm. So enthusiasm, dreams, and calm. So first thing I heard is like the power of our dreams. And I think sometimes we don't really pay attention to our dreams, or we forget them, and start paying attention or setting those intentions before going to bed of, hey, I'm going to remember my dream or what message, because there's some gems that come up in our dreams. So communicating by setting that intention, get excited about, like what you're going to discover in your dreams. Like I said, there's some gems that are hidden there. So gaining that knowledge is really powerful for you, right? Powerful for your dreams. The dreams have knowledge. They share different information, and sometimes the answers to things that we need to know. So pay attention with that, having grace, right? Being in gratitude with the messages that come forth, and also allowing yourself to be in a more calmer state. Sometimes we take the stress and we take the heavy day with us. So maybe doing a meditation before you go to sleep, or having a nice cup of calming tea, just things to relax yourself so you're not feeling so stressed going to sleep. And then you're trying to remember what the dreams are. And this is just a good way of how you can remember your dreams. What I used to do, I actually have a dream book and I haven't been as active in it. But sometimes I would get up in the middle of the night to have to go to the bathroom. Usually that's the time that I remember my dreams. And I would either write it down in my book, but that became like a little bit too much. So I would just do a quick recording of what the dream was so that the next day that I was able to remember it. Because when I didn't do that, I would wake up the next day and I was like, oh, I know I dreamt about something because I remembered it when I went to the bathroom, but now I can't remember what it was. So these are just some few things that you can do to help you to remember. So that's that message. Yeah, Katie too. Katie has a hard time remembering her dreams. Yeah, it happens. Yes, that's another method that you can do. As soon as you wake up, do some meditation to see if those messages come through for you. Dolly says, I have to write my dreams down in my journal right away or I lose it. It's crazy how fast that disappears, right? The only exception is when I have a spirit-fed dream that sticks with me. Yeah. Beautiful. Hello, Dark Mother. Happy Friday to you. Hope you are well and you had a good week. These are the words that we are focusing on for right now: communication, knowledge, and grace. My first coffee. Oh, so good. Oh, yeah, I needed that. I needed that. Okay. Let's see what else we get here. I'm a little groggy right now. My brother is in town, and we went out last night to visit a restaurant that one of his friends owns. this lovely couple, and she is Dutch. And so a lot of it was Dutch food. But oh my gosh, can I tell you the amount of food? I had this burger. It was called the Fancy Burger. It had mild, oh my gosh, wild mushrooms, like a truffle seasoning on it with greens, cooked greens. And I mean, the burger was like this big. I couldn't even eat it all. It was insane. But it was so good. And then we had this melon and cucumber salad with this special sauce on it. And my brother had a veal hot dog. The thing was like this big. It was crazy. And then the dessert. Oh my goodness. He had this chocolatey, it was almost like a mousse, but it was like a hardened chocolate. Can I tell you how good that thing was? And then I had this strawberry cream. It was like this cream, but then it had strawberry on it and some type of lemon sauce in it. And so, yeah, I think I have a food hangover. Oh, it's the humidity in Massachusetts. Ugh, sorry, Dark Mother. I can only imagine. I was saying earlier before you came on that I had just got back from the East Coast. So, yeah, that humidity is no joke. Ziggy B, good morning. Happy Friday to you. Hope you are well and that you had a good week. Oh, yeah, Solvang is a great place to go for Dutch food. I haven't been to Solvang in a long time. It's a nice place to visit. I really enjoy it. Okay, so we have power. Stand still. We have another calming card there. And fulfillment. So our voice is power. Utilizing our voice as opposed to shrinking and becoming small. Sometimes, we may feel like, oh, well, it's not going to matter if I say anything, or maybe someone, not enough people listen to me, or whatever the case is. But standing up in your truth and for who you are, that is power. So allowing yourself to have that communication, to be able to power, and the knowledge, like we can speak knowledge, but we can also receive it. So allowing ourselves to be in space, in calm spaces, so that we can really begin to listen more. Listen to what our bodies is telling us, listening to what spirit is sharing with us. Maybe someone shared something with you, but you weren't really taking the time to process it. So allowing that time to take that information in, the stand still card we were talking about earlier, about meditating, being in that calm space. And especially with so much happening right now, I think it's important for us to create spaces where we can be still and just be able to process, right? And then again, bringing in that grace, the grace of having the opportunities to do this, making the opportunities to do this, right? So that we could be more fulfilled in our lives, more fulfilled in being able to share knowledge or share our experiences, or to be there for others as well as ourselves. So this is really important. And that's that message there. Oh, thank you, Dark Mother. I love these earrings. I got these. Where did I get these? I think some festival or something. My brain I'm not sure. But yeah, I love them. Thank you. Hey, Nancy. Good morning. Happy Friday. Hope you are well. I'm just getting into these messages here. And our keywords are communication, knowledge, and grace. Okay. I'm going to do a couple more and then we'll get 3 new words. I feel like we're supposed to switch it up, so I will. Probably after this reading. Oh, got 2 cards here. We have transformation, pressure. We have beginnings, the East. And we have marine life, richness. Look at all that beautiful richness, abundance. So again, with communication, as we saw in the previous reading with the power, it is very transformational, right? Learning to kind of push through that pressure, coming through to really speak our truth, to really stand up for who we are, to stand up for others, the power of the voice, utilizing that communication, right? And having the knowledge to speak that. This also reminds me of a portal, right? Opening up something new, speaking into that, new beginnings, right? We just had the full moon. This was a beautiful time for us to release what's no longer serving us, and then to be able to step into something new, speaking it into, setting that intention, speaking it into fruition. So being able to have that confidence and power to be able to do that for yourself. And again, with the grace, right? Being in gratitude, because when we speak it and things start coming into fruition, the abundance starts flowing. We have movement here with the fish, the marine life, right? That richness, we're adding more richness to our lives. So 3 really, identical messages that Spirit is sharing with us here, the power of the voice, and to have that knowledge to be in a calmer space so that we can set our intentions and bring into fruition what it is that we want for our lives. And then having that grace of being in gratitude so we can enjoy the abundance and fulfillment that comes from that. So great messages there. Oh, that's right. Thank you, Katie, for that reminder. Lionsgate is coming on 8/8. Yes, indeed it is. Oh, thank you, Nancy. Thank you. I feel very sleepy, but I will take feeling beautiful. Thank you. Or looking beautiful. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, isn't that a great card? I like that too, Dolly. I like that. Oh, I know we are going into Mercury retrograde. Powerful times are at hand. And this is why, too, it's important for us to create those spaces of calmness and stillness for ourselves. It's been rough. I got a lot of things going on in my life as well, and I could feel the heaviness of everything. And I'm just like, all right, Spirit, I'm tired. I don't want to do this anymore. But it's a day by day situation. That's life. That's how we have to take things, especially when things feel way too big and too heavy. We got to break them down into like small bite-sized pieces, and just little by little and day by day, we will get through it. Whatever it is that you're experiencing or what's happening in your life, one day at a time, and you work with that. I've been waking up and doing meditations because of the stress. They're like anxiety, stress guided meditations. And that's been helping me a lot. And that's like the worst feeling to wake up to, waking up that way. I hate it. I hate it so much, but I'm doing something about it. And I know that it will pass and it will get better. It's just a lot of uncertainties right now. And it's those uncertainties that put us on edge. And, it's like we all go through it. So I know that I've come through on the other side, and it's always been gotten better, and it's been better, and this will too. This too shall pass, right? So I just wanted to share that for anyone that needed to hear that. Exactly, Katie. Focus on the simple things and focus on things that make you happy. It's things that bring you joy, right? That will break up some of the heaviness. It's important to do that. I had this past week, Wednesday evening, actually, a beautiful memorial for my friend that passed. It was myself and four of her other friends. We'd never met. Well, actually, I met one of the friends. I'll take that back. I met one of them in person. But for years, we've all been in a group chat because my friend had a lot of health stuff going on, and we would keep each other informed of what was happening. So we came together on a Zoom. We shared videos and photos and shared stories about our friend. And it was really special. And I think, too, with the full moon energy, it was important for, I've been grieving for the past few weeks. And it just felt good, though, to be able to release and to be able to share all of that. And there was a couple of the ladies that hadn't had the opportunity or space to grieve. And so this gave them that opportunity to be able to do that. So it was really, really special. And the other important thing is that whether we're grieving or going through some heavy, is to speak it, to talk about it. If you have someone that you can talk to about, because when we hold it in, it makes things even worse. So allow yourself to openly grieve, allow yourself to openly share your frustrations or your fears or whatever you're going through. Speak it so that you can release it. The unknown is a scary place. If you think about it, the next second is full of unknowns that we don't even notice. Right? So true. So true. All right, let's see what our next words are. Oh, I got two. I have connections, curiosity, and rest. Connections, curiosity, and rest. Let me write that down. Connections, curiosity, and rest. Okay. I like those words too. Those are cool words. Let's see what messages come through for these words. I'm going to use my moon cards. Oh, these are stiff. The energy is gaining momentum. Indeed it is. Balance. This is the full moon in Pisces. Balance, spirituality, and practicality. So bringing in that balance. And communication is key. The new moon in Gemini. Okay. Oh, I like that. I just saw this at the bottom here. This is the new moon in Cancer. You and your loved ones are safe. And sometimes, I think I just need to calm my nerves down, right? It's just when you place your hand your right hand on your chest and your left, actually, no, I'm sorry. I like to put my right hand on my stomach and my left hand on my chest, and taking those deep breaths in. And I will, just do little mantras of, I am safe, I am protected, I am loved. Whatever you feel that you need to hear in that moment, take some deep breaths and just say it over and over again, just to calm the body down. And it really works. It's wonderful to do. Take a deep breath in all the way through the tummy area up into the chest. And then you hold it. And then as you're breathing out, I am safe, I am protected, I am loved. And do as many rotations as you need to do, because sometimes we have to talk to our bodies to remind ourselves, you're okay. Everything's okay. There's no fires that need to be put out. And if there are, it's okay. You're going to be able to get those fires out, and you're going to be able to continue and move on. So being in that calm, meditative space, right? It's important. Speaking that, setting that intention for yourself. Building those connections, whether this is with someone in your life, family, friends, or maybe it may be connections with spirit, right? There's a lot going on right now. So as it says, the energy is, it's building, it's gaining that momentum. Things are happening. So making the right connections to be in that energy, right? This fast-paced energy, it's important to have those right connections for you, right? Get curious about what is it that you need. Who are the right people to have in your space to help you through whatever it is that you need, okay? And even if you don't need anything, it's still important to have the right people in, because they're going to help you bring in that balance as well, okay? And having that balance between your people and spirit, right? What's practical and spiritually, what do you need? And allowing yourself for the rest. Because of this fast-paced energy and everything that's happening, you got to bring in that calm, that peace, right? And sometimes you need to communicate to others, this is what I need. I need rest. If you have kids and they're just like, mom or dad or blah, blah, blah. Okay, you know what? I'm taking some time right now because I need a moment. This is my time. And then, just give me 10 minutes. Hey, if you could do 30 minutes, do it. But you have to communicate what it is that you need. Don't allow yourself to suffer in silence. So that's that message there. Very important. Oh my goodness. So good. Okay, let's see what else we get with these words. Use the other Mooney cards. We have the full moon in Capricorn. Look at that. Take a reality check. It's time for a reality check. What are the connections you are making? Here. 2 cards here. The full moon in Sagittarius, see the bigger picture. And we have the last quarter moon in Scorpio, reveal what needs to be seen. So this fits in perfectly what we were just talking about with our message here. With the connections, take a reality check. What are your connections? Are you making connections when it comes to your spirituality? Are you taking that time to communicate and connect with your guides, your spiritual team, asking for advice or guidance? Are you making the time to make the connections with the right people in your lives versus filling it up with the wrong people? So connections is really important. Getting curious about the bigger picture. What is the bigger picture for you? And if that feels too big or too heavy, then maybe look at something a little smaller, a smaller picture. What does that look like? Getting curious about it, because we can't really set our intentions or move into the direction that we want to go if we don't know where we're going. So getting curious about, where am I going, or where would I like to go? What does it look like? What does it feel like? Who's in this picture? Am I with someone? Am I alone? Either way, what does that look like? How do I want to feel about that? So these are different things that you want to ask yourself so that you can align with it. And again, with the rest, reveal what needs to be seen. What does that rest look like? And if you don't reveal it or talk about it and tell others, this is what I need, how are they to know? So it's important for you to really be an advocate for yourself and speak it. You know, I have to speak it to myself sometimes. I don't have anyone here in my space to really say, okay, this is what I need, or this is what I, don't want, or whatever the case is. But I have to tell myself sometimes, especially like travel, right? I just got back from a trip. All right, you're going to rest these next few days. You're not going to be running around here and doing this and doing that, because I know how my body is. I know that I get exhausted. I know that I have, some limitations. So I have to speak it to myself, to remind myself, to make sure that I do it. All right. So getting more curious about what it is that you need and what you need to communicate to others. And that's that message. Katie said, I just heard from my spirit guides, don't let your choice to sacrifice be based upon your suffering. Great message. Yes, thank you for sharing that. Yeah, don't let your choice to sacrifice be based upon your suffering. Sometimes we suffer. We allow ourselves to suffer too much. Why? So take a look at that. What are you sacrificing? Let's do, no, they're telling me to, I'm going to pick some new words here. Mind too. Katie says, my mind is still 25, but my body is 80. I feel that. And I'm trying to work on the body so it doesn't feel that old. Oh, look what came back out. Or did we have this word? No, this is community. I tell you, the words come in and then they go out. So sometimes I remember, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I feel like a nut, sometimes I don't. We have gratitude and we have patience. The sciatic nerve. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm so sorry, Dolly. Let's all send Dolly some healing. Sciatica. There are, if you go onto YouTube, if you haven't already, there's some like really good exercises. Nothing strenuous. There's one. So if you had like in your doorway, and you stand halfway facing the wall in the doorway, and you kind of lean in, and that just kind of brings all this relief down the side. It's really helpful. I found that on YouTube. If I could find it, I'll send it to you. But there are some good stretches, nothing too crazy, that will, oh, look at me putting my words away. Oh my goodness. Apparently I can't talk and, what was it? Community, gratitude. Let me write these down before I forget. community, gratitude, and patience. There we go. But yes, there are some really good exercises, or stretches rather, that you can do. Good morning, Arlene. Hello, hello. Happy Friday. So good to see you. Hope you are good and surviving the heat, because I know it's hot where you are as well. And maybe plant medicine. It's a bad day. Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, do what you need to do for yourself, right? The rest, it's important. Okay. Let's see what we get with these words. I feel very, it's not a bad thing. I just feel very, it's like my vibration is like right here. Like it's just, I guess it's calm. I don't know what this is. I know when I feel calm. I can't explain what the word is of what I'm feeling right now. I think it's a combination of being calm, but also tired. The other word's not coming to me. Like I said, it's not a bad thing. It's just a very interesting space. For a channeling right now. It's just, I don't know. It's different. I can't explain it. It just feels different. So I'm just finding it very interesting. Oh, Katie's in a meh mood. Yeah, Arlene's like, it's hot. I know it is. Stay cool, my friend. Stay cool. Okay, so we have the Badger with perseverance, dig in and see it through completion. We have the Raven, magic, own your power. Love that. I don't feel meh. What do I feel? Bear with me, guys. I'm like trying to explore what this is. I have no words. I think it's a step above meh. Meh. I don't know. We have butterfly, transformation. Get ready for a big breakthrough. Okay, so community, building our community. You know, as we're going through, there's been so much. There's been so much my guides have been showing me, and it's been a little overwhelming with everything going on in the world. And it's like seeing things for what they really are. And it's a blessing and a curse. We are definitely in this matrix, if you will. And when you kind of unplug yourself from it, you can really see a lot. And sometimes I'm like, I don't want to see it. I just kind of like the guy from the movie The Matrix. He's like, you know, like plug me back in. I just want to be rich and I want a big old piece of steak and I just want to be able to taste that. That's kind of what it is. Like, that's what I feel sometimes. But one of the things that they have been sharing and showing with me is about the importance of community. And as a society, I feel like, and this was all kind of planned as well, of how we've got pulled apart from community. Because in community, there's power. And so it's really important, and they want me to share this with everyone, even if your community is just a handful of people. But now is the time for us to come together in community, to build each other up, to protect each other, to keep each other informed. So I think that's been my biggest struggle, because I'm in a space where I have a little bit of community, but not enough. So when I was back with my family and like, I really felt that community. And I was like, oh my God, I really need this. So I'm like in my own space trying to figure that part out. But what they want to tell you is to really look at your community. What does your community look like? Who's in it? And if you don't have one, then start building one. Online community is beautiful as well, but it's important too in your immediate, space to have that community. So taking a look at that, persevere, right? Dig in and see it through. See it through to completion, because we need to own our power. As a community, as individuals, we have to own that power and have that gratitude, going in it with gratitude. Thank you. Thank you for this beautiful community. Thank you for the people that I've cultivated to be a part of my community. Allowing, and these allows the transformation to happen, right? There's power in that community. You'll see the transformation. You're getting ready for that big breakthrough. Communities having breakthroughs. So this is really important. So that's that message. Take a look at your community and what does it look like, or what do you need to do to build it, to make it strong? Very, very important. All right, let's pull another one on that. Dolly says, I need a local pagan group. I can't attend most of the gatherings my group does, just too far away. And I need that communal spiritual practice. Ritual is important to me, and ritual with people. And, maybe it's something that you start on your own. I don't know if, I'm sure you have like meetup groups or something. Put it out there. See who shows up and to attend. And start forming your own community. Maybe give that a try to see how it works. That's an idea, because sometimes things are too far. So, or maybe you do it online. I mean, yes, it is great to have things in person, but if you need something more immediate, maybe it's something that you start online to do. Meeting once a month, every other week, whatever feels right for you. When individualism and selfishness becomes too extreme, a society falls. And that's why it's important to maintain community. So right, Ziggy. Thank you. Yes, 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 yes. And that's what has happened over the years. Everybody's got into this whole me, 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 and stepping on top of others or ignoring others, or like, not my problem. So we've pulled away from that. Yeah, look into that, Dolly. Dark Mother says, I looked at meetups and they did work for me because of the times. They did work for you. Okay. Okay, good. They did or did not? Make sure that that's what you wanted to say. Yeah, I mean, and if something doesn't work for you, maybe try doing your own thing, creating something for people to do. So you don't know until you try, right? Did not. Okay, that's what I thought you wanted to say, Dark Mother. They did not. So again, that's something maybe if you have the energy for it, right? You don't want to take on or bite off something that you can't, might feel too much for you. But if you're in a position where it feels right, try setting up your own thing. There might be some times, you never know, there might be some times in those meetups that doesn't work for other people as well. And they just kind of make it happen. But if you start something, they might be like, this works for me. So, hey, Seascape, hello. Seems lately I'm always late. You are right on time. You are here for what you need to hear. So welcome. Happy Friday. Okay, these are our words that we are reading messages from right now, which is community, gratitude, and patience. These are the cards I want. No. Bear with me here as I find my cards. Here we go. These are the ones I want. Ooh. We have regret. I know that I cannot change the past. Growth. I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. In honesty, I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. Yes. Regrets. Spirit says, let go of those regrets, whatever regrets you may be holding on to. I've been battling with this one myself. A decision that I made, which I feel now was not the right decision, but it's nevertheless, it was a decision that I made. And so carrying that heaviness of regret, all it's been doing is just adding more stress and anxiety. And so I've been working through that. And as opposed to putting my energy into something that I can't change, right? Because the decision was made and the action was taken already, I'm changing that around to put my energy towards the outcome that I would like now based on this decision that I made. So when we hold on to regret, excuse me, all we're doing is we're feeding that energy, right? And it becomes like this rotation of the same thing happening over and over again. And literally what you're doing, you're just beating yourself up over and over and over again. So as opposed to allowing and giving into that energy, wouldn't you much rather put it into energy that this is the outcome that I want to create for myself? That's where you want your energy to go. So letting go of those regrets, right? Because as the card says, I know that I can't change the past. You can't, but you can align yourself with what it is that you want to happen. So again, this is another good example of community and having this. When you have those people that are in your community that you are close to, as opposed to holding on to that heavy energy, you can share your experience, you can share what you're going through, so others can share things that they've been through as well. It just lightens things up. Being in gratitude for, at that moment, that's what I felt was right. So I'm grateful that I was even able to make a decision. I am grateful for the lessons that I've learned through this process, right? That's growth, right? We learn from these things, and that helps us to grow. And so when it comes time to make another decision, we can look at it differently. Okay, when I made this decision on here, I wasn't in a really good space. So now I know that I shouldn't be making decisions when I'm not in a good space, because it may not be the right decision for me to make. So let me just take some time on making a decision on this. Being honest with yourself, being patient with yourself, right? The honesty card says, I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. Sometimes we start asking other people, our community, it's good to reach out, but ultimately that decision is yours. And you have to be true to yourself. So taking that time, the patience to really understand what it is that you're doing or want to do. Okay, so that's that message there. Dolly says, regret changes nothing about the past. All we can do is forgive ourselves, forgive others, make better decisions, and move forward. Thank you. Yes, that forgiveness piece, right? So important. We need to forgive ourselves, forgive others, as opposed to holding on to that. Again, you're adding another layer of heaviness to this already heaviness that you have going on when we don't forgive. So great point. Thank you. It's a matter of changing your perspective. If you look at the decision that you made that didn't work for you as a mistake instead of a lesson, there's where your regret comes from. Yes, yes, yes. Seascape says, I have done that. Now I know when the mistake happens, I learned at least I made a decision. If it failed, cancel, edit, delete. Yes, do better with more knowledge from my mistakes. I love that. Cancel, edit, delete. Perfect. And Dark Mother says, I say, I forgive my perfectly imperfect self. Oh, Dark Mother, I love that. That is a beautiful affirmation. I forgive my perfectly imperfect self. Yes, 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 yes. Giving ourselves more grace, right? We're the hardest on ourselves. So we have to really learn to come as a mother would to a child that's hurting, right? Again, that whole, right? It's okay. I forgive myself. I love myself. I'm safe. All is well. Everything is okay. Yeah. All right. So I think I'm going to pull one more on this because we're coming up on the hour here. So I'll pull one more message on this, and then I'll pull a card for you to take into the weekend. Actually. We have heart healing. My courageous healing journey brings me personal awakening and a deeper relationship with myself. Two more cards. We have sanctuary. In my inner sanctuary, I connect to peace, inner quietude, and comfort. And then we have friendship. I am deeply grateful for the gifts of friends. My appreciation for them is endless. There's the community right there, bringing in the right people into your space, right? And that's what our community needs. It needs heart healing. So the first action is for you taking and doing the heart healing that you need for yourself so you can bring it into the community, right? Everybody coming together so we can heal together in a space that is protective, right? Creating your own sanctuary within your community. It's key, right? Building those friendships, that community, having the gratitude and the patience for it all to coming together. And it is, you start seeing now, I think people are starting to wake up and understand the importance of this. So we got some time ahead of us. There's a lot that's happening and going to happen. So it's key that we need to start building our own zones, our own protection community. Okay. Dolly says, I think everyone alive has made selfish decisions along the way. Hurt and ego do weird things to us, cause us to do things we never normally do. We have to forgive ourselves for those moments. Absolutely. Yes. And Arlene says, when you hold on to negative self-talk, we hurt the body and feel pain. Let it go. Yes, yes, absolutely, Arlene. Thank you. And then Katie says that I need to stop and calm down and quit being such reactionary. We need to stop being reactionary beings and start being beings of calm action instead. That part. Yes, indeed. Okay, now for your message for the weekend. I'm going to pull one of my African goddesses for today. See what message we get. Ooh, there we go. Wow. Aunt Nancy. Look at this. Betrayal. Wow. Oh, let me remove this. Yeah, betrayal. Let's see what she has to say. What does Aunt Nancy have to say? My glasses are around here somewhere. So this is the shadow of betrayal. It feels very, right? We all feel this betrayal that's happening right now. Who really betrayed you? Betrayals from other mirrors. Oh, interesting. Betrayals from others mirrors you betraying yourself. So it says that Anansi, or the Akon trickster god and sacred clown, snuck into our global folk tales, while the Gullah Geechee children heard tales of Aunt Nancy, the trickster Spider Woman. My Guyanese parents entertained us with Nancy stories about a witty teen spider. So that's just a little background of who she is. So betrayal is a web that disrupts everything you thought you knew. Use discernment in your relationships. Betrayal makes it difficult to trust, but without trust, your relationships are a lie. Trust that no matter what happens and no matter how long it takes, you will survive and thrive. The real question, how have you betrayed or abandoned yourself? I am willing to know the truth, is the goddess declaration. So this card comes in on so many different levels. They're showing me like just world, right? Of everything that we're experiencing in the world. There's a level of betrayal. There may be some betrayals in your community, and this is why it's so important to have the right key people in your circle, in your community. There's betrayal that may come along within that. So use discernment, pay attention. And then there's betrayal that you've done to yourself. What harm have you done to yourself? Pay attention to that, right? When Dolly had mentioned about the forgiveness, bringing in that level of forgiveness. So beware of Aunt Nancy, because she's busy. All right, everyone. Wait, hold on for 1 second. So Dark Mother said, not a pleasant message. Not necessarily, but it is a message of pay attention. It's a message of pay attention. Don't let the trickster come in. Pay attention. Yes, very insightful. Ha, yeah. Aunt Nancy and Loki must be related. So yeah, there's a lot going on right now. So pay attention. Get your communities going and locked in. So, all right. Have a beautiful, beautiful weekend. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you next Friday. All right. Blessings. Be well.